running for president.
Oh, no, but this will be the stepping stone, Crystal. He'll pull an RFK, the senior, not junior, in terms of running in 2 years and then immediately you vault, or an Obama or a J.D. Vance. You know, this is what these people do. So, you know the amount of money that's behind Pete Buttigieg. It's crazy.
Oh,
and boomers love Pete.
Wine Cave Pete.
Wine Cave Pete.
They love to watch him. I mean, I enjoy watching. He's good at like going on Fox News and like doing the thing. And I do worry that that's going to substitute for like an actual change of direction because there are so many liberals who just love to see him be able to like go into lines. And same thing with Gavin Newsom, which I get. But you're going to need something more than that if you're actually going to make a material difference in people's lives and be able to fight back against this, the right-wing Trumpist movement. Just going back to Bill Gates here for a second. There's the pieces you mentioned. Also, we spent a lot of time covering on Rising the way that he was so influential in shaping the COVID vaccine response and making it so that it was controlled by these private big pharma companies because he's a big believer in patents rather than making it widely available and a public good so that the entire world could benefit from it and not just, originally primarily the developed world. So he, even on that was very influential. And then to hold up the US model of campaign finance like it's anything to be emulated is freaking insane, right? It's insane. Yes, we do bar foreigners from contributing. That is the one good thing you can say about it. But there is no way in hell that we should have the system that we have where Bill Gates can give 50 million or Elon Musk can give $250 million, probably more, in order to elect their favored candidate. That is crazy. And I can tell you all day long, which is true, that Kamala had a larger number of billionaires who endorsed her. Trump had a larger concentration of a handful, it was like 3 billionaires who gave him something like $500 million. So that's why they've ended up with such extraordinary power, Elon in particular, Miriam Adelson as well, in this administration. So I can tell you how this is different in terms of the scale, but anyone can look and say, well, what about Bill Gates? Well, what about George Soros? Well, what about Reid Hoffman? And how much does my little parsing of, but technically they didn't give as much as this one already. No one cares because they also had way too much power, way too much influence, shape everything about the Democratic Party in terms of what policies they're really going to fight for, what they're really going to pursue, who's going to be in their administration, what those priorities are ultimately going to be. So, Democrats, if you actually want to have a compelling political alternative to Trumpism, you have to reject all. There are no good billionaires. You have to reject it all. You have to do it aggressively. It has to be clear what side you are actually on. And, there is a lot of polling out there that the Achilles heel of this Trump administration is how much influence these billionaires have. People hate it. Right? Elon's approval rating has fallen off a cliff. He's dramatically unpopular now. That was not the case in the past. They are really skeptical of even Doge, which I'm surprised at because just the government efficiency, that sounds good. But because it's seen as this billionaire project, a lot of skepticism. You only have 12% of Americans who say they like the idea of billionaires advising government, right? To me, this is the potential Achilles heel for this administration. But if you're out there still, in league with Bill Gates and Reid Hoffman, and that is the center of gravity in your party, and you are not willing to make a clean, clear break with them, then all of your complaints about that are going to fall on deaf ears, and you will be seen as hypocrites. And I've mentioned this several times, but I think it is so emblematic. The lead candidate for DNC chair right now, Ken Martin, I'm sure has other things to recommend him. I know people like him, know him, whatever. I don't know anything about him other than he ran a state party, okay? And when he got asked about money in politics, he said, of course, we're going to continue to take money from good billionaires. Good billionaires.
And who's one of the leading candidates to become the nominee in 2028? J.B. Pritzker, who bragged on the DNC stage that he was an actual billionaire. That's another one which drives me crazy. It's like, dude, you didn't even earn it. You're an heir. Is there anything more grotesque in the American tradition than the billionaire heir? Well, it's a universally despised person.
He could pull a page from the Trumpian playbook where, first time he was like, well, I'm a billionaire, so I don't need these people's money. He could pull that page. But I mean, he is.
But he hasn't governed that way.
No, he hasn't. He's done a decent job. I don't know enough to like lay out all of his track record, but I know he's done some things that were positive in the state, and in some ways been, you know, in certain instances, a class traitor. But he is not. He is not. You really need an outsider. You do. Because all of these other people are too infected in the way things are currently in the Democratic Party and their current way of thinking and their current power structures, et cetera. So in any case, Bill Gates, you're right about Elon Musk, but you need to look in the mirror, buddy. You need to look in the mirror.
Well, I don't think that's going to be happening. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Great Counterpoint show for everyone tomorrow, and we will see you all on Thursday.
Hey, if you like that video, hit the like button or leave a comment below. It really helps get the show to more people.
And if you'd like to get the full show ad-free and in your inbox every morning, you can sign up at breakingpoints.com.
That's right. Get the full show, help support the future of independent media at breakingpoints.com.